Hi friends, today I'll talk about one more disorder, that is social anxiety disorder. It is a very common disorder found among people, though it is not always addressed. But obviously, when you realize this, the moment you realize that you are having some kind of discomfort in a social situation, or there is some kind of psychological fear of meeting people or facing any kind of social situations, you should be able to understand that this discomfort or fear psycho is coming from some kind of mental disturbance that you are suffering from, which is actually related with anxiety. Now normally in today's life, in a stressful life, we are all anxious, we do feel some kind of anxiety, but there are people who are very scared to face large number of people. Suppose if they go to a meeting, they don't want to talk, they avoid talking, or they just keep nodding, saying yes to everything, too much of agreeable. This happens from fear of talking. So this kind of people, these kind of situations, they give you social anxiety, where you don't, either you in the long run you start avoiding, or you use some kind of safety behavior. Okay. As I have said, you may have some physical symptoms also, like palpitation, shaking of hands, stuttering. All these things may happen. Okay. Now obviously this kind of fear is not real. It comes from imagining the worst out of a situation, and this is where the disorder has taken in. Now you can also say how to distinguish this disorder from shyness, or people who are introvert, they don't want to talk with others. So how do you distinguish when it is a disorder and when it is just a character trait, like shy? Someone is shy or someone is introvert. See, shyness, in shyness, or an introverted person will also avoid big gatherings, social situations. They don't enjoy themselves in that. That is the reason they keep quiet, or they stay away from this kind of situations. It has got nothing to do with physical symptoms. Okay. Secondly, this shyness is not all pervading. It is not present in every situation. In some specific situation, the person may be shy, or the person may be introvert, but this kind of people choose their close group of association, and they are comfortable among them. But when it is a disorder, when a person is suffering from social anxiety disorder, it is all pervading. In almost every situation he is having this discomfort. Within his immediate family also he may not open up, with his peer group, in any close emotional relationship, or even at his workplace. So it is found in almost every sphere of life. It starts with this small discomfort, which can be taken as shyness or introvert kind of person, but later on, when it actually starts shrinking your world, it actually disturbs your routine life, the fear never leaves your mind, then it has gone into this sphere of this area of psychological, or personality disorder. It is not exactly psychological disorder, it is a personality disorder. Now when we talk about personality disorder, we have to understand that it happens at a certain age. When your personality is getting developed, it may have happened in your childhood, the first discomfort, the feeling of discomfort, or any traumatic experience. Something may have happened in your childhood days, but mostly it starts from your adolescence period, or maybe in your teenage years, say 13, and it keeps on growing. The anxiety keeps on growing when you are again and again getting social performance failure. then the anxiety keep increasing, and this may takes its root after 24 or 25 years of age. It means from 13 to 24 or 25, when the personality is still getting shaped up. Now some people would say it is 18 years of age that a person gets his complete personality, but actually till you get into the job world, till you get your full exposure in the job world, your personality is not properly shaped. So I'm taking 24. Psychologists generally take up to 24 or 25 years of age till your personality is getting shaped. So till this age, this kind of disorders are very mild in nature, though you have started feeling the discomfort. But after, as the year passes, it actually takes its root, and it may turn into something very more severe, which is, there is another kind of disorder. It is called social avoidance disorder. So avoidance is ABP, borderline avoidance disorder. So this kind of disorder may increase with time. So the best time for treating this disorder is within this period of 24 to 25th years of age, and after that you may require more counseling, more therapy, even medical management. That means what? There are two ways to treat this. One is simple counseling, that is psychotherapy, and the other one is medical management, when some kind of medicines is administered, and to inhibit some the problem, the physical symptoms that you are suffering from, say palpitation. It reduces, the medicine will reduce your palpitation, or the medicine will reduce your anxiety level, controls your anxiety level. So where this psychotherapy things comes, when you don't want to really end up at a psychologist clinic, you don't want to take any kind of medicines, the first thing is to do your self therapy. Go for the self help. See whether you can control your anxiety by understanding yourself. This video is made to make you understand how to control this kind of disorders if you really are into this kind of situation. Okay. Now the first thing is to understand, the first therapy that is given is exposure therapy. It means if you have started avoiding all social situations, if you have stopped going to meetings, you are avoiding. Now the treatment part is the first thing, the self-help therapy is, the first thing is systematically you have to look at your anxiousness. Like, what makes you anxious? When you are exposed in a social situation, what are the things that makes you anxious? Okay, what makes you afraid? What happens when you are afraid? I mean, what physical symptoms you might be having when you are facing this kind of social situations? As I have already mentioned, like shaking of hands or palpitation, perspiring, whatever. Okay? And what kind of safety behaviors you use? Safety behaviors. It means, see, when you feel discomfort in a social gathering, what you do, generally either you keep quiet, you don't speak at all for the fear of speaking, or you are too agreeable, you keep nodding your head so that you don't need to speak in front of others. Or the other thing is totally avoid the whole situation. So what safety behaviors you are using? There is one more safety behavior, that is superseding others, not letting others speak in front of you. This is a coping strategy, but I'll come to that superseding part a bit later. So you have to see what happens when you are exposed to this kind of situations, what are the physical symptoms that you are suffering from, and what is your behavior. So this is becoming mindful. You have to, if you get into self therapy, you have to understand the root. Now, root, I have also told you, find out whether there was any traumatic experience in the past, definitely in your childhood, mostly because this is social anxiety we are saying. So the traumatic experience must have happened in your adolescence periods, not exactly in your childhood. You generally, a baby or a child feels secure within the home environment. When they are exposed, when they start going to school, going to college, some kind of things may have happened, like with your friends, they have bullied you, they have laughed at you, made you a butt of their jokes, or it may be your physical appearance you are not comfortable with, body shaming. So these are the things that may have happened. One of these things have happened in your growing up stage, from where this first, it was initiated, that anxiety was initiated. Your brain has a pattern of learning. The first traumatic experience sent your brain a signal that if I put myself in this situation, I will be ridiculed. If I put myself in this situation, I will feel awkward. So the brain has learnt a pattern. So every time you try those situations, this traumatic experience comes back. A prediction comes into your mind. Predictions means something that has not happened, but you are already imagining, if I go to that situation, the same thing will reoccur again. So this is called prediction, and brain has created these predictions for you. Brain has the pattern of learning or repeating these cycles. They give you signal, and in every situation, whenever you are facing this kind of situation, it brings back your traumatic experience from the past. Okay. Now this way, what happens, we become overly critical of ourselves, and we fall into mode of overthinking. Now, overthinking is what? Thinking more than required, right? When a traumatic situation or any such situation happens with you, your brain goes into an overthinking mode. See, when everything in life is good, overthinking happens when not everything is good. When everything is good, your brain is relaxed. If whatever you expect from the other person, the reaction that you expect from your immediate family environment or your peer groups or your workplace, people, colleagues, if it happens accordingly, then your brain is relaxed. It does not get into any predictive mode, and you don't suffer any anxiety. But if your expectation does not match, the kind of expectations you have from these situations, if it happens otherwise, some negative response has come towards you, that has made your brain, hit back. It withdraws from that situation, and then from there, this negative dysfunctional thinking takes place. So your brain starts thinking negatively. Every situation has kind of stimulus. These situations works as a stimulus. It hits us. We have some kind of thought relating to that situation. Then it creates emotion. Emotion creates a behavior, and behavior creates an action. For example, you are walking down a street, a dog bites you. Not your fault, it just happened. Now from the next time onward, whenever you see a dog, even just by seeing a dog, your brain starts predicting, bringing back that traumatic moment. It will predict that if I go near that dog, it will bite me. So what is happening? Dog, the picture of the dog or the thought of the dog is working as a stimulus. It is generating some predictive excuse me, predictive. It is generating some prediction. For example, if I go near it, it will bite me. From there, that thought is coming. Thought is creating an emotion. Emotion is worse. You are becoming anxious. You are becoming fearful. You are on the basis of this emotion, you are making a behavior. What is the behavior? You run away from that place. And this cycle, this vicious cycle keeps repeating. If you have failed in one of your meeting or during your presentation in your workplace, the same kind of predictive cycle is repeating. If you have done poorly in one of your emotional close relationships, you have a failed affair with someone, so this next time when you get into an affair, this traumatic behavior, this vicious cycle comes and pulls you in the vortex, and you predict in a negative manner. The actual thing is to correct your this negative thinking. You have to correct this dysfunctional thinking, and it is easier said than done. Definitely it is not easy to do, but there are therapies. For example, CBT, cognitive behavioral therapy. So CBT actually trains your brain, trains your mind to get out of this vicious circle of thought, and it helps you to live a normal life. Now you will come across many videos, many motivational videos. They tell you, they can take your negativity out in 5 minutes if you see that video, but it never happens like that. If you have a dysfunctional thinking pattern, if you have developed, because of dysfunctional thinking, you have developed anxiety or social, some kind of social anxiety where you are getting cut off from the society gradually. And if it has happened over a period of years, like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, it cannot be corrected within 5 minutes time. It takes time. So CBT is one of the therapy that every psychologist or psychotherapist use. I also provide this therapy to those who contact me personally. You can contact me through Facebook group link that I have given in the description box, or you can contact me on my Instagram page. I have given the link that there also, or you can comment on this video. If you contact me in any way, I will personally get in touch with you and provide the therapy. That is my personal motto. We do it for free, absolutely free. It is, it doesn't take much to make a good healthy world. It just takes a bit of effort. So coming back to that, so what you need to do, if you feel that you are having this discomfort and you are getting cut off from all sphere of your life because of this anxiousness is eating you up, the first thing is again starting your exposure. Expose yourself to this kind of situations gradually. First you start talking to 2 very close people, 2 to 4, 4 to 6. Start going out, see your behavior, what makes you anxious, how you can correct it. Now, how you can correct it is CBT therapy that will be provided. If you contact or if you can find out about it, do it. Okay, and then obviously see what kind of predictions you have in mind. Does it really come true? Like if you have been hurt in a emotional relationship. The second time, if you are too scared to get into another relationship because of that previous trauma. But does it really come true? Maybe second time, 90% of the time, this traumatic experience will not repeat. Why? Because those traumatic experiences happened in the past. The situation was different then. You have moved into your life. Your age is different now. So things, but you have you have caged yourself in that traumatic experience, or maybe more than one time it has happened with you. For example, as I take my inputs from life cases, one very young boy, you can say a young gentleman of 24 years of age, he came and he told me he is suffering from this kind of problem. Now he has stopped going out with friends, fear of, he is afraid of becoming the butt of their jokes. Most of the time he tries to win over any debate, or he has become very self-righteous because he has to. This is a coping mechanism that I was talking. When he has on his own has found a coping mechanism that every time before they make a joke of me, I will hammer them down, whether I am always correct. So this way also he is getting cut off from his friends. So this is not the right way to approach it. Okay. One more thing I have come out of these 3 cases I told you, 2 are of this having anxiety in social situations. The other person told me that I feel very comfortable with the old people. So old people means what? Old people are harmless, they are very affectionate. So these people, because they cannot express themselves, their emotions, they feel very mixed up, experiences and emotions are getting mixed up within them. Gradually they can't even open up to their parents also. Like if you are very close to your mother, you may not fully open up to your mother also because of that traumatic experience that you have felt outside your house in social situations. But that is becoming, hampering your mental process so much so that you have stopped opening up to your near and dear one also. So that is why I said it starts in your adolescence period. It may not have happened in your childhood days. The trauma you may have suffered suffered the trauma during your adolescence period, but it may hamper your immediate environment also, and other outside environments are also definitely hampered. So what happens? They feel very comfortable in closed group. They choose their own group, and mostly it is old people group. Why? Because they are affectionate. They will never leave you. They are also afraid of getting abandonment issues, because people, they don't get along with people. So old people. Then one more thing I have seen, they become very spiritual in nature because they start moving inward. The problem starts like there is something lacking in me. So I have told they are very self-critical. So when you start thinking that I am lacking something inside me, you start looking into spirituality. You get into things like reading spiritual scriptures, and you find peace in that. So in every situation you are getting cut off from the society. The only simple step, if you are very young, this particular disorder should be addressed properly. Otherwise, it will take root. It will take root in your coming years, and it will hamper your daily routine life. It becomes very difficult then. So the first thing is, don't get a cut off from the society. Try to understand it is just a cause of overthinking. Anxiety is normal, but over anxiety is abnormal, and anxiety also happens because of some, our body is very reactive. For every outside stimulus we give a reaction. So reaction happens because of some some hormones, and there are many hormones in our bodies that acts in that manner, so that makes us anxious. Okay, so if you have understood, if you have come across any person in your environment who has this social anxiety disorder, you should educate yourself so that you can guide that person. Or if you are suffering from social anxiety disorder, then you should be able to help yourself, go for the self-help therapy before you end up at a psychologist clinic. Medicines are always available, but before that, try if you can correct it on your own. Take the right path, take the right measures. But one more thing before I leave, most of the time the persons who are suffering from this kind of disorders, they don't see their actions or behavior as abnormal. They can't find out, like when we say look at yourself, what makes you uncomfortable in a certain situation. You may need a person's help to find out that fault in you. You may not determine exactly what makes you uncomfortable. So here comes a counselor, or you need a counselor or a person who can actually make you find out the problems. So it is not that easy, and on that you need cognitive behavioral therapy, or there are other kind of therapies to correct this situation. So if you have liked this video, please understand my motto is not to earn through these videos. I don't care. I am 51. There was an innate urge to reach out to people and help them out regarding something that I understand a bit more than them. We all suffer from anxiety. I have gone through that stage where I used to keep very anxious, but without getting into any medical therapy, without getting into any medicine management, without getting into any psychologist therapist clinic, I have corrected that anxiousness in myself. So can you, and I can guide you to do it. Please, if you think, subscribe. The only fees that I take is subscription of my channel. Subscribe my channel, give me a thumbs up. Hope I have been able to clearly make you understand what happens when you get anxious. Okay, this much today. Thank you very much. See you next time. Bye bye.